On July 28, 2025, the activist and journalist Tommy Robinson was approached by a large, intoxicated male at St Pancras International Station in London. The male threatened Tommy and pursued him for nearly 2 minutes.
And as I've come through the train station, which I've now seen the footage, so I come through, a gentleman comes off of a train, so he should be walking out of St Pancras as I'm walking in. But then he sees me, and he makes a beeline straight at me. And then he literally, he comes here. He threatens me with my life. He comes at me, he doesn't let me go. I try and get round him. He stops me getting round him. I try and walk away. You can see he's here. He's in my face. He's abusing me, he's threatening me, he's harassing me. I walk away, he comes after me. This goes on for a whole stretch. Just giving me constant abuse and threats. And I'm trying to get away and I'm pushing and I'm going backwards and then I turn to walk off and then he comes after me again. And then we get to the top of the escalators, so I'm in front of him. So I should go down the escalators. I think I can't go down the escalators. He's gonna boot me down the escalator. He's gonna boot me from behind. So I then stop and step out of the way and I move to my side and to let him go down the escalators. He doesn't go down the escalators. He then turns. There's a few words between us. He then comes at me. But he was drunk as well. He admitted being drunk because that was when he got aggressive and then I was telling him to stand back or I'll defend myself. I just kept saying, mate, I'm going to defend myself in a minute.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Stand back.
Yeah.
I kept saying it. I must have told him 10 times. Fucking leave me alone, man.
Yeah.
And then he comes after me. But I was at the top of the stairs. He then comes at me. Now, he's not a small bloke. He's not a small bloke. He's probably 18 stone. And then at that point of him coming back at me, which is what I was waiting to see on the footage, at that point of him coming at me, even then I go backwards. But I do defend myself.
Yeah.
I do defend myself. Now, in defending myself, he has unfortunately took a quite serious injury.
Yeah.
Which again, I wish him luck for. I don't want any negative for him. I want him to have a full recovery. But if you chase people, you harass them, you threaten them, you leave them in a corner with no option when you're he come at me to violently attack me.
Yeah.
On camera, he's coming at me. He's running at me.
The media reported that far-right Tommy Robinson had brutally assaulted a man and had shouted, "Come at me!" before punching him unconscious, accompanied by claims of fleeing from the country. In Tommy's own words, he called his police liaison to report the incident and informed them he was going on a pre-booked holiday.
And then this happened, top of the stairs. So when I've seen him at the floor, there's no benefit in me being there. There's already people with him.
Yeah.
So I contact the police, say, this has happened, Wayne. Look, I'm worried for him, yeah? But I've been put in a position here.
Yeah.
And I said, whatever you want me to do, let me know and I'll do it. Now, I had, for the media, yeah, I had pre-planned dates. I had arrangements. I've shown this all to the police. I said, look, that's when it was booked 3 weeks ago. There's the accommodation booked. There's the rental car booked, mate.
Yeah.
The police cordoned off the section of St Pancras Station where the incident took place to put on a show for the press to make the situation look more serious than it actually was. Police dressed in full forensic coveralls picking through the scene as though a murder had just been committed with no witnesses or CCTV. Meanwhile, the media went into a frenzy and journalists flew to Tenerife to try and track down Tommy, grilling old acquaintances as if they were criminals hiding a criminal. You have to keep in mind, while all this is going on, murder, stabbings, phone theft and rape are on a rapid rise in London. People get in fights multiple times a day in London, and rarely do the police show up. Tommy's solicitor contacted the police and told them that they wanted to fully cooperate.
But by that point, my solicitor at 6 in the morning had already contacted the police and said, look, Steve wants to cooperate fully. What does he need to do?
Yeah.
When do you want to talk to him?
Yeah.
And they said, where is he? So she said, he's here, he's in Tenerife.
Yeah.
He's back on a flight into Manchester Monday night. And they said, okay, can he come back not via Manchester? Will he come back into London?
Yeah.
So she said, yeah, I'll speak to him now. So I changed my flight. I flew back into, I arranged, I told the police, here's the flight I'm on, here's when I'm coming back, I'm ready for interview. And then I get to the plane, it's like the army come. Like police cars everywhere. And I'm thinking, when and I come, but bearing in mind the police know I've contacted them. Bearing in mind police know I was on that I wasn't on the run. They know I've come back purposely to meet them. And then, but the police officers didn't know that. So when the police officers come off the plane, I said to the air hostesses, look, I need to get out there. They're for me. I said, they're definitely going to be for me. And they're like, what? I said, they're for me. And there's a plane full of people. And there's like, it's like, there's a meat wagon, cars, blue lights everywhere.
There was lots of excitement. People were filming from
12 police officers. And then I went down, I said, all right. And they said, oh, but you didn't expect us. I said, I'm the one that's told you I'm on this flight. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I've contacted you. But they're bosses.
Yeah.
So my solicitors contact their bosses. They've just been a squad, go get Tom Robson, he's come off this plane.
As Tommy states, the police that turned up in the vans were not told that the meeting was arranged. Why? We can only guess. This case is a microcosm of how the press, in conjunction with the police, inflate and overreact to supposed far-right activists, while playing down or not even reporting on subjects that show the violence of the left wing or subjects that might infuriate the so-called right wing. A prime example happened recently, with the press reporting on the beating of an Asian man in Dublin by some teenagers, but having almost no cover of a young Irish male being chased and beaten by what seemed like hundreds of black males. Here is the same search of this incident on Google, with just the ethnicity changed and Ireland added to the second search to specify the location. The main point of this video is not about the subjects, like Tommy or a group of black males. It is to show how some stories are amplified and others are buried to direct the social consciousness of the masses. The truth should be all that matters, and we should fight for it, even if we don't agree with whom the lie is being told about.
So let me just sum up. As soon as this thing went down, you saw that local security were on the scene, so the man's safety, health was already in the hands of authorities. You immediately left that voice message for your police liaison. 6 a.m. the next day, your lawyer phones the police in an authoritative way and say, what do you need?
What you need?
At no time did they say, Tommy Robinson, do not leave the country.
No, at no time did they say, come back today. We said, I'm back on Monday.
Then you rearranged to come back earlier to London to make it more convenient
I
for
made it
them.
more convenient. I'm meant to be in Budapest today with PragerU.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be in Budapest for work.
Yeah.
So I changed my things, come back, because, to be honest, it was driving me insane.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Well, it's a hell of a... You could spend a lot of time in prison.
Well, I thought they're just going to remand me. I'm watching what the media are saying. Do you know the media were tracking down, and the media were knocking on innocent families' doors in Tenerife, taking pictures of them, putting them in the paper.
There's a
all
madness
the stuff they've
there.
done to me.
You know what? It's...
They would say, someone who knew me 5 years ago, they went and knocked on his door, and as he answered the door, they got a long lens camera, and they put a big picture of him in the paper.